It's called Cleveland Town. And if you go down there, you better just beware of a team called the Cleveland Browns. They came alive in 85 and 86, they're going for more. Bring on the Broncos, Bengals, Bears, the Dolphins, Steelers, we don't care because we're going to the Super Bowl. They're the best Cleveland Browns, baddest football team around, better than a team should be. They're gonna win the AFC. Now the Browns are known throughout the league for their fearsome running backs. Nothing could be finer than a run by Ernest Miner and a big Kevin Mack attack. We got Bernie the Kid, and I'm glad we did. He's as talented as he is cool. In the clutch is quite a twosome when he throws to Ozzie Newsome, Brian Brennan, Webster Slaughter.
That's DJ Contra.
8 Ball Entertainment live at Eddie Z's. What's that say on the back of your shirt? We got Easy Dogs tailgate. Let's go find Angry Dog. We can do an interview with Angry Dog. For the pig, folks. That's how they do the pig on this side. By the way, I think we're having hot dogs. Hot dogs.
Get over here. Don't be shy. Come on. Questions are easy. They're not. Timing is everything.
It is.
Well, gentlemen,
all aspects of life.
We've reached the end.
We're live.
We've reached the end. The end of the season.
As I said, all aspects of life. Timing is everything. Okay?
Tiana, thanks for watching.
Yep.
You all just watched Easy Dog at the Angry Dog Tailgate, and we'll be closing out the evening with Easy Dog in 2018 on his Cooler Mobile.
Awesome.
That's terrific.
Cheers.
As he rides off into the sunset, just like we will.
Good evening.
What do you got on the agenda today, John?
Oh, well,
wow, that was quick.
Let's see some slides.
Let's jump in with both feet.
All right.
You guys, I got a fun-filled show planned for us tonight. You're going to leave here happy and looking forward to next year.
Well, I have tons and tons of ends of season stats. If anybody's interested in any of it,
there's a slide dedicated just for that, and your paperwork is going to shine.
It looks like you're waving the white flag.
Obviously, I have some quotes.
Well, there's actually words on the paper.
I even have some poll questions for our Zoom participants.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Are the stats summed up by just give me one before I die?
Pretty much. What's up,
Yeah,
Dina?
that's not happening, man. All right, let's move.
All right, let's move. Oh, and guess what? If you go to the next slide, you'll see we also have another rousing edition of Find the Bunny.
Yeah, fucking idiots.
You can come in our room. 599-401-010 on Zoom.us and hang out with us. Or you can just watch. Is that the bunny?
Which is what most people do anyway, so...
smell you later, out of here.
And there's those blue bars. Feel free to have a drink.
Yeah, I hope he comes back for the stats and to tell us who won the prediction contest this year.
Oh, Glenn probably thinks he won, so... but I think it was Connie, right?
I don't know. Could be
Okay,
me.
well, I guess we'll find out.
Could be me.
You got to wait till the end to find out.
Well, I could say that game was interesting at best. When
No, we're not doing the game yet, John. We got to do quotes.
I want to do game yet.
Then there's a game. Then we talk about the game.
And props to the amount of fans that left at halftime.
There was a lot of negativity for that game. All right. You
All
want to
right.
do the first one, John?
I couldn't.
All right,
walk
Props
into
should go to the fans that showed up.
beverage.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was not full.
Not at all.
Oh, that is a good beer, by the way, Brian.
Our
Nice call.
sponsor for this evening, Sauce Brew Works, Juicy ASAP.
Juicy.
Excellent beer.
So if you're out there and you want to send something to me, 2455 Glenlight, you know the address.
Beers
Send me
that
a
have
case.
juicy in their title scare me.
Just send me a case. I'll be
Bill's
happy to
watching.
sample
What's
it.
up, Bill?
All right, are we ready?
Quotes. Yes,
We
you got the
are.
first one,
man,
John.
are you kidding me?
Jump right into it. Spalding, lead us away with the first quote.
I hope this was me.
He had a really good season for us, was very productive, run and pass, and was a disruptive player. The next several weeks, we will see what the future holds
That's Andrew Berry and Jadeveon Clowney.
for him
Yeah,
and
that-
the rest of the Browns players.
Yeah, that was pretty easy one. Not to dog on you, Jimmy. That was a softball to start us off.
Hey, I don't have the slides anymore, so I can't be cheating.
I don't cheat.
Quick
I
to the
I
gun.
didn't
He's
cheat,
already
obviously.
beaten
Oh.
Eric, which is a
right.
feat these days because Eric was hot last week. So let's see if it continues.
Yeah.
Andrew Berry on Clowney's performance and potential to return.
So what do we think? Do we want Clowney back?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yes,
I do.
You know what I always say, if the price is right, and I think the price will be right.
Yeah,
You know what?
I mean, he was on a 1-year deal. Clearly, he was playing for a contract. As Pat and I discussed during the game, he didn't pay attention AKA Eric, in fourth grade football when you were with Charlie Farley in Wycliffe Midget Football Leagues, that when you have a fumble 30 yards behind the quarterback, dive on the ball. Don't try to pick it up and be a hero.
Yeah,
Especially with
well, this-
offensive players right on your butt.
This is
I've
also
seen
the
too
same
many
guy.
guys do that. You know, they just see that end zone. They can't resist.
This is also the same guy who 2 weeks ago threw a shoe that cost him.
Yeah, but you know what? He had a good game that game, and that didn't really affect him. So
That was they were off the field on third down there. He doesn't throw.
I
that.
know. That was bad. But he's been really productive.
And
Really.
John, you need more blue lines.
And really, besides, of course, number 95, the Browns' defensive line was very underwhelming this year.
Oh god, dude, not
If we
good.
go- if we
Except
go
for Clowney,
this
yeah,
in-depth-
they got to upgrade the deep tackle position for sure.
If we go this in depth on each quote, we're going to be here for a long time.
It's almost
Okay.
like they should have
All right.
kept Ogunjobi and Sheldon Richardson. Weird.
Right. And if they don't keep
Wow.
Clowney now, if they don't keep Clowney, then they make another hole, and the defensive line already needs work, as we could tell this year.
All right. Well, since we
Except for
can't go
Miles.
in depth from our fearless leader. Moving on.
Did you guys know how many sacks Clowney had this year?
Oh, Mr.
9?
Stat Guy's back.
Anyone?
9?
He's got glasses too.
I want to say it's 5.
It was 9. He had
Was it
9.
9?
Yes, sir.
Which is 9 more than he had last year.
Yes, it was.
That's right.
What?
All right. Next quote. It's just those teams that come together as one to be in unity, and those teams that can do the right things at the right time, and those teams that have 11 people to do the job when it's called for. The brotherhood really matters.
The Dalai Lama.
JOK.
JOK sounds.
This sounds like Myles Garrett to me for some reason.
I was gonna say Case Keenum just because.
Oh, the Dalai Lama is my second choice.
It sounds intelligent, so I'm going with Jimmy, a Notre Dame guy.
Yes, exactly. Notre Dame guy.
What do Notre Dame and intelligence have to do with each other? Nothing.
You're about to
I'm going
find
to say
out.
Miles. I'm going to say Miles.
All right, I'm going with Jimmy. I'm sticking. I like the brotherhood, the Phi Gams. We're sticking together.
He
Right.
has the
Thank you.
slides.
Thank you.
There you
Yes.
go.
Hey, Jimmy.
Oh,
Right.
that's terrific.
2-0, baby. All right.
Did I hear?
I
a
love how
terrific?
you abbreviate the first name.
Yay!
Yeah. I had the
And
last
he
name.
didn't
I had
spell
the
his
last
middle
name.
name
I had the
correctly,
last name in
or
front
his
of me.
last name, but let's
I
get
had the
that
last
off
name in
the
front of me. I didn't have the first name, and I didn't want to mess around. So.
Is it Owusu, not Awuwu?
Oh, and I still messed it up.
It is a Wusu,
I
yes.
still didn't do it right.
Yeah, get that off the screen as quickly.
Right
Go,
there,
go to
that's-
the next one.
They're not booing, they're a
Owusu
wooing.
Koromoa. A woo.
Woo woo!
Woohoo!
What's
Word.
up, Jay? I think the next step
The next
for
step
me.
for me is trying
Oh,
to
go ahead.
become more of a leader. I've had those qualities this whole time. You can't become a leader until you show guys how you lead yourself and how you attack every single day.
Huh.
Trying to become more of a leader.
Wow. Who is trying to become more of a leader?
Now, maybe it's Garrett referring to him being more vocal,
Hey.
or Denzel Ward.
How about Baker Mayfield?
No. He's
What
already proclaimed himself the leader.
How about
Somebody on defense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how about one of the rookies? How about
Newsom?
yeah? How about Newsom?
No.
I got no guess.
Ford?
Well, that's my guess.
All right, so the two things that step out at me. Next step means he's a younger guy, and
Right.
attack signifies he's a defensive guy.
That's
Right.
You
Right.
can't become a leader until you show guys how you lead yourself and how you attack others. That's why I said same thing, Sturmack. As soon as I saw next step, I thought rookie, younger guy, but who could it be?
All right, if you're saying Newsom, I'll say Greedy Williams, just for the hell of it.
Well, then if it's going to be a defensive guy, I'm going to say MJ Stewart.
I hope it's Dustin Colquitt.
MJ Stewart did a good job.
I like
the last
MJ
couple
Stewart,
games.
actually.
He's really come on the last 3-4 weeks.
He at least got himself. I don't know what his contract situation
He
is.
can
but
hit.
he'll
He
be
puts
back.
his head in there. He can
He's
hit.
a free agent, but they
Very physical. I'd
should
rather
give him
have him
some.
in there than fucking Ronnie Harrison.
Oh, whoa!
Mac Wilson Sr.
All right, who was
John
it, John?
Johnson III.
All right, let's see who the answer is.
I don't know. We're just naming every defensive guy anyway.
It's
Watch it
probably
be the-
him.
Watch
It's
it be the
probably-
long snapper.
And Bill, I saw your reply. I'm going to read it later.
Greg Newsom.
Oh, nice.
good call.
Good call. Good call.
I got one.
Give me
That's
half
a-
a point on that.
That brings me up from -12 to -11. Perfect.
Oh, good for you.
Very nice. Moving right along.
That
Who's
was
in charge of these
well-timed.
plaques?
Well timed.
Jimmy's got to
Did
go
you
watch
guys
Glow.
see the bunny on that last slide?
No,
Oh,
we did
did
not. No, we didn't.
Oh, there it is.
See, come on. Come
This is
on.
what is this really what we've been reduced to?
Supposed to be a professional podcast here, folks.
It's a
Come on.
Fancast.
The fan cast.
Fancast,
Okay,
sorry.
let's do the next one. I'll read it.
Get that
Aren't
one.
you going to shout out Liz and Tom? We know they're watching.
They're not. I haven't seen them.
Loves Emily
What?
Dickinson.
Unless I'm looking at the wrong one.
Well,
Come on.
Moving on.
Next slide.
While you
Come
look,
on.
I'll read.
Okay. I'll read. Or you read.
is this going to happen today or what?
I thought after the Kansas City loss in the playoffs, we were a few pieces away from really having a chance to compete for a championship. That did not come to fruition. I have faith in the building that we are going to make it right.
Oh, 'cause that's got to be somebody in the front office. or
I have
coach.
faith in the building.
Yeah, nobody talks like that that's a player.
Used to be they had staff in the building, like staph infections.
It's
Oh, but
Hey, man, ask Joe Juravicius and, the center.
Charles Bentley.
With Charles Bentley. Yeah, ask them about that.
did LaCharles ever win that lawsuit?
What's the
Yeah,
first?
him and
Remind me.
Juravicius did too.
Remind me, was the first quote Andrew Barry?
Yes.
Big money. Big.
Then I'm going to say this is Stefanski.
Well, it's got to be somebody on the coaching staff. I would think. Yeah. Well, though the way they talk about that specifically, though, Stefanski is never specific about anything.
True
So
that.
can't be him.
I'm saying Van Pelt.
Maybe.
It's an underhanded way of saying, "Hey, man, I didn't have any wide receivers. What the hell do you want me to do?"
You're right. Something like I could see that. I have no idea. No guess.
I'm the only one that doesn't think it was the coach, but I don't. But go ahead. I don't have a guess.
Smell you later. You're right.
And I don't give a rat's fat ass. Go ahead.
All right, Captain Happy with the final thought. Joel Bitonio.
Okay.
See, I wanted to think outside the box there, but I thought it was going to be Miles or something.
So can we read between the lines here? Like, is he trying to say something or?
Well, the last comment there is a shot across the bow at somebody. I have faith in the building that we're going to make it right. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
So is he saying like, Andrew, come on, help us out a little bit here, or?
Well, at this point, he's one of the longest tenured players on this roster, right? So he's gonna have some say in a roundabout way.
He might be saying, "Hey, Baker, your backups got rid of the ball pretty quick. Why are you hanging on to it for 10 minutes?"
Connie from the lobby has arrived. We welcome her with open arms.
Whoa. Right.
I'm not going to defend Baker on this Fancast tonight, so don't worry.
Thank you, sweet baby Jesus.
We were all prepared. We're ready now.
Jimmy, you read into that far too much. You make it seem like we all want him to not be here.
No.
We only don't want him to not be here if that's how he's going to play.
I get it.
All
We
right.
love you and your rambling, screaming F off takes.
I think we're going to talk a little bit about the last game.
Yeah, I just want Baker to stay, because that means Emily stays, and that means Emily's Twitter and Instagram accounts stay.
And I love Emily.
Emily Blunt?
I love Emily.
Draft a wide receiver. Seriously, very quiet tonight.
There's not a lot to. I mean, if you talk about the quarterback situation, it's pretty simple. They made the determination publicly anyway that Baker's going to be the guy coming back, right?
They say that now, obviously.
Right.
Yes. A lot of things.
I mean, you could look at that two different ways. You could look
I
at it
told you
like
that 6 weeks ago. So
what's that?
Sorry,
go to the next
I didn't mean to. Go on.
He's getting riled up early.
All right, I'm not getting riled up. Go on.
I think you could look at it two ways. You could look at it as if he's actually going to be the guy next year because they don't feel they have a legitimate shot at anybody else that's going to step in and play any better than him.
Right.
Or they have made up their mind, which is what I kind of think happened based on how they protected him the last 4 or 5 weeks, that they are going to move on from him. And it makes no sense for them to say, yeah, this isn't our guy, if they're going to try to up his value, come April at the draft.
Yeah, we would be crushing Andrew Berry if he said, yeah, we're looking for another quarterback.
Yeah, right.
They had to say
obviously he's not going to say that. Okay,
let me finish.
Back to Eric and John.
We all know that. We're all smart.
Let John finish, and I'm going to jump back in there for a second.
Well, what I was getting at, Jim, is this story came out on NFL.com. Where did it come from? Exactly where the Browns wanted it to come from. Hey, NFL.com, here's what we want you to say. We're going to quote link this. This is our thought process. Of course, you're going to put he's our guy, because if you don't get anybody, we've told you all along he was our guy. And you could always go back and say, you know what, I'm playing poker, but I fold and I'm going with something else. So
this is my point.
I get the whole game. It's a stupid game. It's fugazi. It's ridiculous.
So going into the Pittsburgh game on Monday night, did we already know that we were eliminated from the playoffs?
Yes.
Why didn't they, if we were if he's our guy and we were moving forward with him for the future, why didn't they say right?
I agree 100%.
Baker, we're sorry. You're sitting your ass down because the worst thing that can happen here is we can do further damage to your shoulder, your knee, your foot, your ass, whatever's bothering you today. But they did not. They shoved him out there.
And
I don't
and they
think
let
they're
it all
going-
and they let the defensive player of the year run roughshod on a rookie right tackle.
And they also let Nick Chubb sit on the sideline for 3 series in a game where they were running the ball at will for the most part. And then I think Baker not playing in the Cincinnati game was nothing more than a freaking hissy fit on his part. He has to talk to his family.
Well,
and his
so why didn't they
agent
just sit
about
him
what-
against Pittsburgh then?
That's what I'm at. That's what I'm saying.
The excuse for the Pittsburgh
If he
game,
was their
the
guy,
excuse for the Pittsburgh
they
game
would have
was
sat him.
the excuse was he was the only one that practiced that week.
Actually,
bull-
yeah.
bull
They
crap.
didn't find out they were out of the playoffs until Sunday, and they played on Monday.
Okay, but you know what doesn't make sense
That's
is
bullshit.
He wanted to play. That's the
but
point.
no, when Baker had COVID and he didn't practice for 2 fucking weeks, and they had to fly him in a private plane
For
Yeah.
Green
against the
Bay.
Packers.
I'm saying
Why
that
did you play him then?
them
Why
saying,
did you play him?
Because
I'm sorry,
he wanted to
John.
play.
John, there is absolutely no way in the physical shape that he was in that you're going to convince me he was the only quarterback that practiced that week. You mean to tell me they didn't have anybody else taking snaps in case he got his ass knocked out of the game?
No, that's the not a conspiracy, but it's like a really big question mark.
No,
is
that's impossible.
Why did
That's
Baker
the dumbest
start against the Packers?
Listen, you guys are putting a lot more on management than I think deserves.
Yeah, because I'm
This
questioning
guy
like
was in a contract year. He's
is
in an
Kevin
evaluation
Stefanski
year.
really calling all the
Is
shots?
the number round the
Somebody-
number one pick
somebody-
of the draft and was playing.
To John's
He
to
wasn't
John-
their number one pick.
to John's point, Baker Mayfield probably said, "I'm playing." So you got to ask yourself, is Kevin Stefanski the leader you want of your football team? Because he's the guy that needs to say, "I don't care if you want to play. You
That is
can't
what I
play."
am asking.
Here's why it's the same old Browns, okay? Because
Right.
it raises the question again of who is really calling the shots and making
Right.
the decisions. Is it
Exactly.
the coach? Is it the GM? Is it the owner? Is it the strategist? Is it the quarterback?
Right.
And again, this
Analytics.
season calls into question that we don't effing know.
Do you
Analytics.
have alignment?
Analytics.
Okay. Do you have alignment between all these fucking people?
Do you want to pay a quarterback $30 million, or do you want to try to see if you can devalue him? That's what it looked like to me the last 5 weeks of the season.
Speaking of,
Hey, man,
upper-
no
speaking of
disagreement from me.
speaking
That's
of
what it
upper
looked like.
management-
It looked like you said, "Okay, this guy's up for a
That's
big
what it
contract."
looked like. So then,
Yeah,
if
and
that's
they
what it looked
fucked
like,
him. They
if that's
fucked
what it
him.
looked
They
like,
fucked
then
him
why
in
do we
the ass.
say, "Oh, then this is what he's gonna say"? We don't want the guy's value to go down. He's just wordsmithing.
Why does
No,
it-
he basically they basically set him up to say, "Guess what? You ain't getting $30 million on the open market here, Chief. Good
Yeah.
luck with that."
And fuck you. And here
I
don't
TJ
care about-
Watt,
Hey,
We
up
don't
your
care
ass
about the
5
playoffs.
fucking
We don't
times,
care
buddy.
about any of that. We want to make sure
Can-
that Moneyball
before we
stays
talk-
intact.
Right.
Before we
Well,
talk more
like
about
I
Baker,
said,
let's look.
I
at the
think there's
game.
an argument for that theory. That
And
conspiracy
so
theory.
if draft a wide receiver is correct, am I
Okay.
hearing what you're saying is that D Podesta is still wielding a whole lot of power
I
without
believe
saying
that
anything?
I believe he is Oz.
analytics.
That's
He
a
is the
terrible
man
way-
behind the
behind the
curtain.
curtain.
Trust me on that.
Pay no
That's a
attention to
terrible
that.
way
man.
to build a team using that kind of strategy. The way this season panned out, when you had the potential with the players on your roster to win a couple more games,
But-
I think.
Well, with
If
these
I-
people, they don't understand the closing window scenario, which it's not open forever.
Mhm.
How long do you think that you're going to have a
Well, that's
roster
the thing.
that's
If we're
stacked
gonna
like
be, if we take it, if they're convinced that he's not the guy, that's cool. Let's move
Well, like
on
I said-
but don't trot him out there again next year as another evaluation year. This is
Gotta
the
But I think you
evaluation
guys,
year.
I think you
He
guys
got
are taking a
injured.
big assumption, though, especially as season ticket holders, that a lot of you guys are. I think you guys are taking a lot into consideration here that really doesn't matter. Jimmy Haslam has absolutely no onus to do anything
No, he doesn't.
because that stadium will be packed. No matter
Yeah.
if they were 0
It wasn't packed the
16.
last game.
And it was,
But the
then
tickets
they
were
sold
all
out the game.
sold. All the tickets were sold. Though.
Yeah, they don't care
It's
if you
the same
come.
thing. They always
They don't care
sell
if you
out.
come if you already bought
If I
the
may,
ticket.
John, there's onside shits just said that it was same old clowns or same old Browns or whatever. What it's before Baker? What's been the constant? What's been the constant the last 10 years, 11 years, 12 years?
The
Haslam, right?
really good soft
And
pretzels.
Podesta now.
Well, it's
He's the
Haslam,
second
though.
longest.
He's
He's the
been
second
the owner,
longest
right?
tenured executive in.
Okay, so you
that
can't
building.
blame it on. You could blame some on Baker, but ultimately the ownership has been literally.
We hear that
worst
Andrew
ownership
Barry
in
didn't
professional
draft.
sport.
But you know as well as I do, Jimmy, you don't want him meddling because he doesn't know football from
Yeah, I don't want him
us,
meddling
from
either.
his
I just
elbow.
don't. I just want to.
He's just
I'm
a
just trying to say
He's
what
a
I'm saying
checkbook.
is
That's
they're
all he
allowing the analytics. First of all, let's not get it twisted, guys. When they were 0-16, Di Pesta was there. It wasn't. He's the only guy out of all of the people that were in the front office at that time that made it all the way through. So he is if you want to talk about the constant, he's the constant.
Yes, he's the second
you know what
most
though?
tenured Brown
It's
other
still,
than Haslam.
his boss is Haslam though. I still got to go with Haslam.
Yeah, but boss
All right,
is,
we're
he's
getting
not a
off
boss.
track.
He's
Yeah,
an
but
owner.
Moving on.
Jimmy, we get better response from D Haslam than we do Jimmy
Yes,
Haslam.
he's an owner.
I
He's
mean,
not a
he
boss.
doesn't-
And actually, I think
All
the
right.
son-in-law. I think the son-in-law is actually in charge.
We're gonna be here all night. Let's go. Yeah, JW.
Are we gonna talk about these stats?
Let's
Joel
talk about
Bitonio,
the
the
stats.
highest rated offensive guard. James Hudson, a
Get your
comeback
white
week.
surrender flags out, or your papers, or whatever the fuck you got going on there.
What?
Which one do you
Yeah,
want?
these
Judgment
papers
Wills,
is,
Jadeveon Clowney, Wyatt Teller.
That.
Demetrius
Okay.
Felton scored. Landry scored. Jacob Phillips showed up.
Hey, onside shits. Did you just say James Hudson had a bounce back week? You mean to say you thought he could have gotten worse?
Wait, did I say that
Good
wrong?
point.
I'm not sure. He was
That is
crazy.
a
in
I think the only
Pittsburgh.
way. I think the
Got a
only way he
90.
could have been worse this past week after the Pittsburgh game is if he literally wasn't breathing.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
He was on a ventilator with COVID. That's the only way he could.
Hey,
have
we had
He
a lot of our
steps backwards
starters
and
in
just fell
Cincinnati
down.
didn't play anyway.
Actually, though, you know what, John? He could have been on a ventilator with COVID. He probably would have been able to block a little better because he wouldn't have been able to move.
It's good, yeah.
I agree.
Why would they put him on roller skates like that? That's so mean.
Or as my wife said, why don't they get him some help?
Oh,
Yes, he
moving
did.
right,
Brilliant analysis, Crystal.
moving right along.
Okay. That usually
And now
means
from
next
downstairs, she
slide.
just goes, "Are you making fun of
Did
me?"
everyone see that blue line?
Yeah.
Yes.
Blue
Hey,
line.
next slide, for heaven's sake.
All right.
It's right here. Blue line.
It's time for your stats. Highest graded Browns overall: Bitonio, Garrett, Teller, Chubb, Treader. Passing yards, highest on the team. Of course,
I am
we know
surprised to
is
see
Baker.
Treader on there,
NFL
but I think
stat
he's going to
leaders. This is
retire.
from
I can't believe Baker threw for 3
That's from
bills.
Touchdown
That
Wire.
amazes me.
Nick Chubb, DPJ, 597 yards, leading receiver. How sad. Tackles: Anthony Walker, Garrett, 16 sacks.
I'd like to
Jones
know of the
has the award
113
for-
tackles Anthony Walker had, how many of them were 9 or 10 yards down the field?
That's
Right,
every
and
round,
you know
that's
what?
every
None of
round-
them were in the backfield. I can guarantee you that.
That is every
Yes, if I can
round's Mike
piggyback on that,
linebackers for
I
the
don't
last 6
fucking
years.
remember Anthony Walker making a single fucking tackle all
He
season.
reminded me of Andre
Right?
Davis, if you remember him from the
No,
That
it's
fucking
same-
guy.
early go-round.
It's same as
Give
it
me a
always is.
fucking
It's
break,
Joe
man.
Schobert. It's all every
Ah.
Mike linebacker we've had for the
Garbage.
last 10 years is
Ben
Garbage.
Davis.
what's his name?
You want-
Kirksey. I mean, you can name them all.
Do you want to
You
know
know
how
what?
many?
Yeah, DeQuell Jackson. Right.
I will tell you right now that Anthony Walker did have, in fact, 113 tackles, 69 solo, and 44 assisted tackles.
Our
And
linebackers suck. All
he
right.
had,
Suck.
Now that's commentary, ladies and gentlemen.
he had 1 sack and 2 passes defended. That was his claim.
You know,
to
I
fame.
kept hearing we're so good on paper. Let me tell you, the linebackers aren't good on paper or on the field. They suck. Big time.
Well,
but-
back to
Garbage.
Eric's point. How many of those tackles were 9 or 10 yards down the field? I would say out of the 69, probably 59 of them. He didn't have any. He didn't have one tackle for a loss.
I would have settled
One.
for point of contact. It's not even behind the line of scrimmage, just at the point of contact would be nice.
Right.
That's a shit.
Agreed.
A couple guys were good at that.
Well, the stat that jumps out to me is apparently how easy it is to throw for 3,000 yards in the NFL in 2021.
Okay, John, let's not go there.
I mean,
Awesome.
The guy missed 2 games, okay? So,
Apparently, you could literally do it with a broken arm.
okay.
yeah, I mean, jeez, they're sorry, Drew Brees, but your passing record's going to get broken. Whoever breaks it, and then on. I mean, geez, Louise, 3,000 yards. We spent 17 weeks saying he stinks.
It's funny you bring up Drew Brees because you should look at his first 4 years in the NFL. They're very eerily similar to Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, sitting on a bench in San Diego, that really doesn't count.
I'm just saying.
He lost his job twice. He lost his
We
job to Doug
evaluated him this year.
Flutie,
We don't need to.
and then he
evaluate
lost
him
his job to
next year.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, and then he went to the Hall of Fame. So,
Yep.
There you go.
And he got rid of that mole.
You guys know how many touchdowns he threw this year?
I could definitely see
3,000
that
yards?
happening with Baker.
7,
Go somewhere
12.
else. Go to the Hall of Fame.
17.
17.
Total. 17. That's it. Average one per
One
game.
per game.
Well,
Bake.
and he
And was
didn't-
it 12?
he didn't-
Was it
he
12
didn't
picks?
Play 3 games. No, he
Was
had
it 12?
13 picks.
13 picks. Yeah.
15 picks.
So
Almost
more
per
TD,
game.
more TD than picks. What else you want?
Does anybody
You know
want to
what?
know his final QB rating?
Don't get me started, or this is going to last 2 more hours.
62?
Come on.
No, it was actually 83.
Oh.
Mike,
And I would also like to add, I see the bunny.
Eli Manning threw 20 picks a year, like every fucking
Oh my
year.
God, Jimmy likes to compare everybody to everybody when we're talking
Saying.
about one person.
Just saying.
I know what you're
Brett
doing.
Favre, 200.
You know what else we've learned from these stats? What else we've learned from this stats? You can be completely inept in coverage and still pick off three passes. John Johnson.
Yeah.
You could literally stumble into 3 interceptions.
Well, one of them, let's be honest, one of them I think was Mark Andrews basically handed him the ball.
Yeah.
So let's not count that one as an interception.
Right. I
Yeah,
gotta
and
read
one
a
of them was
comment-
against
I got to read a comment
Justin
from Bill.
Fields, who had the worst day of his life.
Why is Swagger up here, by the way?
I have to read a comment from Bill. Swagger is an important part of the slideshow.
All right. He's dead.
Well,
Isn't that S? No, that's S.
no, that's S Junior. Come on.
Oh,
stop.
that's the good. All right.
We
all right,
did
all
this
right.
like episode 1, like April.
All right.
Well,
What
let's
don't
see.
you fucking
New
understand?
next year stories. Baker and coach need a new playbook. Got to play to Baker's strengths. Can only hope. Wide receivers, D-line help, yoga instructor, soft tissue specialist.
Moving right along.
Okay.
Next slide.
So, next
All
slide.
right, it's time to look ahead to 2022. This is where our poll is coming in. We got a couple headlines in here. 2022 NFL Draft, Browns could select a kicker. Cleveland Browns, where do we go from here? Browns named top landing spot for Falcons Calvin Ridley. And the other one is the Browns are planning on sticking with Baker. As
I hope the Browns use their 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks on a fucking kicker because they got to get that shit straight.
All right, so I'm launching a poll. If you guys can look at it on your Zoom, get your Zoom window open, and get ready to answer these 5 questions.
I do not think that they are going to, as much as
Oh, gotta end
look
that
at this
poll.
fancy technology.
Nope,
Oh, I just had to.
nope.
Disappeared.
I'm ending it. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Did you guys want to get into any of the Browns free agents?
No, I saw a poll.
this year?
There was a poll.
I'm coming.
We
It's
want
coming right
Godwin.
now. All right, here we go. Will Jadeveon
There it
Clowney
is.
re-sign with the Browns? Will Jarvis Landry return to the Browns?
No.
Will Baker Mayfield be the starting QB for the Browns
Yes.
in 2022? Will Baker Mayfield be the starting QB for the Browns in 2023? Will
Yes.
Kevin Stefanski be on the hot seat? You have to answer them in the Zoom room.
I am. And
Will
I'm telling
Kevin
you,
Stefanski be on the hot seat if the Browns have a similar showing in the 2022 season?
100%, yes.
Define
All right.
similar. End up with the same record?
Are these the actual questions
Similar.
that you're asking on the slide here too?
No,
I'm just showing. No, that's just
Because
bunch
as
of-
talented as Calvin Ridley is, that is a heartache that you do not want.
No,
he's
those are
a
just
nut-
headlines I grabbed to go along with.
I don't mean
look
to
at the-
diminish mental health
All right,
at
I'm
all.
gonna end this
he
poll.
is a head case. You do not want that guy on
No,
your.
I'll
looks
take
like
Brandon.
everybody's
I'll take
voting.
Brandon. If you're bringing a veteran in, I'll take Brandon Cooks.
All right, we're going to share the results.
Bring him
But
out.
So, 4 out of 5 say yes. 1
I
says
voted.
no.
I'm the no.
You don't think he's going to re-sign with us?
I
Right?
do not.
No
I don't.
chance.
I
Zero.
think he is. I think he has played.
$16 million.
He has played his way into a very lucrative contract, and it will not be here.
Yeah.
We'll
I
see.
can
That
see
would be
him with, like,
sad. I hope
Jacksonville.
that doesn't happen.
Patrick, he's going to get paid less. Trust
We
me.
beat
and the
Cincy
Browns
twice.
aren't
What
gonna
did you
pay him.
say?
I could see him going with. I mean, somebody's going to pay him, like a Jacksonville, somebody that's got a lot of cap room, a
He's
lot of
not
young
going to
players.
get less.
He
he's
sounds
not-
like he's after the money more
No
than he's
chance.
after winning.
I love Emily.
I agree.
If you don't think that he played himself into something more than $8 million a year, I don't know what you're talking about.
No fucking Landry?
No.
No,
Clowney.
Oh, Clowney. Okay, Clowney.
Oh
Okay.
my God! All right, question 2.
Yeah,
Will Jarvis
good.
Landry return to the
Well,
Browns?
no, you moved on to question 2.
Yeah,
You were already on question 2. What are you
we're
talking
on it
about?
now. Fuck it.
No, the
Will
Browns have
Jarvis
re-signed
Landry
Clowney.
return
Move
to the
on.
Browns?
Move on. Question
1.
2. Question 2.
Shut up. Question 2. Will Jarvis Landry return to the Browns? 1 out of 5 said yes. 4 people say no.
Who said yes?
I said no.
Jimmy said yes.
I would like him to come back.
Oh.
I just don't think he's there.
Who said he will? Who
He's not
said he
at the
will?
money.
Maybe it was Mervar.
I did.
What? You think they're going to
the
sign
guy
him?
the guy that lives on Jimmy's porch is here.
Is that your beard?
Well, they wouldn't have to sign him. They would just have to keep paying him.
Dang, man, that's a
Yeah,
long
he's
ass
due-
beard.
Isn't he
He's
due
due
like
$17 million.
$16 million?
Mervar, why do you think they're going to keep Landry? What do you think they're going to do? Give him an extension?
I would hope so. I mean, all the investment they put.
I don't know if they're
My
going to pay him, what,
The
$16 million
investment's
next year?
over.
Yeah, the
the invest.
investment's
Yeah,
over.
he
They
got
got what they
old.
wanted.
He's overpaid.
If he agrees to
All
a
right, moving on.
restructure, which he won't. bring him
Yeah,
back.
I
No, he's going to want his $16 million, or he's going to go somewhere that's going to give him $16 million.
All right, number 3, will Baker be the starting QB for the Browns in 2022? 4 out of 5 say yes. We got 1 no. Who is it?
that was me.
All right, what do you think they're going to do?
I agree. I agree to a certain extent. The only thing is I just don't know where they go without him.
Jim, you're allowed to
There's
talk
nowhere
again.
to go without
We just needed to be able to move forward.
Nowhere.
So what does you holding up 6 mean?
It means I'm
is that his number?
hashtag number 6.
Oh my gosh. You're giving hand signs to the audience? They don't know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
why not?
Once again,
Will
Jimmy
Baker
would-
Mayfield be the starting quarterback in 2023?
Yeah,
This is where it gets
no.
a little
There.
Maybe
Dish.
not. I don't know.
I
2
said no.
say yes, 3
Yes.
say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends on how 2022 goes.
Thanks, Mike.
Good point.
Don't call him, let's call him in the business for nothing.
Good point. And
Thanks, Mike.
lastly,
The problem with Baker Mayfield playing well next year, and trust me, I want him to if he's the starting quarterback. I want him to play lights out. The problem is he's a cap killer waiting to happen.
Oh yeah.
And if you're wrong, if you back the wrong horse, you are screwed.
What's he do next year?
18.9.
Now, what they could do in 23 if he plays well is franchise him the following year.
You
That
can't
would
do that.
yes,
They
you
Do
can't.
not do that.
You always say you can't, and you always
No,
troll
be-
out these old
Okay.
truths. Why can't you?
You can if you want to keep him. You can. You don't have to theoretically sign him to a
If he
big.
plays himself
All right.
in, and you don't want to sign him for long term, you can.
You guys should know. First, number 1, and I'll try to keep this short. I know it's hard for me. If you franchise a quarterback, you have to pay him within the average of the top 5 average salaries of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. You're going to pay him like $33 million on a franchise tag for 1 year. Okay, that eats up your cap space right there.
For
And
1
it
year,
creates- animosity between the player and the team. It's never good.
So,
I think
Jim, are you
Even
advocating?
though we're giving you $35 million, we don't really believe in you.
Are you
money,
advocating? Are you
but-
advocating though?
You know, it never works.
That doesn't make
It's not
sense.
good.
Why would
Jim, are you advocating they
Jim.
should give him $30 million?
No, I am
a year
not.
for,
I hate the franchise
for
tag.
4
I hate
years
the franchise
or just
tag.
1 year? It's
if
only
he
1 year.
balls out, give him the contract. If he's mediocre or kind of good, fucking let him go and get somebody else.
Wow. I never thought I would hear that out of
Will
James.
Kevin
Wow.
Stefanski be on the hot seat if the Browns have a similar showing next year that they did this year?
The question is, and let me, I understand this question. Who's going to put him on the hot seat? Nobody's doing it now. And I don't understand that.
I think he's on one. I really do.
Who's holding his feet to the fire right now? It doesn't seem like anybody's really pressing him on
Only
these.
Andrew Berry can answer that, so I don't.
But
Do
I
you
think
think there's reasons
I
why-
think publicly you're right. But I think privately, they're sitting back going, okay, we have the excuse that our quarterback was hurt all year, but we underachieved. They know they underachieved. So I think privately,
one question begets another question when they say, well, the quarterback was hurt all year. Then you say, well, then why the fuck were you playing him? Well, he said he could play. Well, who's the coach making the decisions
Well,
here?
you know
Who are
what?
you?
I think the biggest concern I have about Stefanski right now is the GM. And again, I understand he's not going to throw him under the bus in a press conference, but for him to say that he thought he did a really nice job at calling plays and it's one of his strengths leads me to believe one of two things: either he's bold-faced lying or has no idea what he's watching.
He's bold-faced lying.
Yeah.
He does. But I think Brian brought up a good point.
Oh, whoa, fuck. It took 17, 18 weeks to get me one good point. All right, Jimmy, let me hear it.
Who is Paul DePodesta actually above fucking Andrew Berry in this fucking pecking order? Do we fucking know?
Yes.
What is going on here?
He is.
Strategy officer.
Okay, so that's ridiculous.
Aren't
Okay.
you the chief strategy officer where you work?
Well, no, no, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't know. I was asking.
But
That's what his business card says.
I think that's a legitimate question to ask.
Does that make you upset that he's above
Is there
Berry?
someone above Andrew Berry?
Yes, it's Podesta. Does that make you upset?
So,
And you know how you know this? Because
The
Kevin
organizational
Stefanski-
structure tells you so.
but Kevin Stefanski was hired because DePodesta wanted him the year before.
like
when they hired
he
Freddie
ran the
Kitchen.
interviews.
He's the guy that ran the interview.
He is.
He's
Haslam
all of their
Sage.
bosses.
He's Haslam Sage.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Yes.
it goes Haslam, D. Haslam, him.
But that's
Yep.
that's a conspiracy theory. It's
Oh,
not
I'm
like,
sorry.
No.
proven, but
Isn't Jimmy's
that's what you
son-in-law
guys
or
think.
something, nephew or one of the.
But just
Okay.
think, ownership group.
You don't think he's listed on the organizational chart?
He's
I
ahead of everybody.
I totally think that explains a lot of
You just
shit.
think that you think Andrew Berry and Podesta are here, and it's not here. It's not this way.
I always thought that they were equal.
They're not.
I don't think
Okay,
that's the case.
okay. So Andrew Berry answers to Paul D. fucking Podesta.
I wouldn't see.
All right.
See, but you know what?
Listen,
I don't
I
know
know
how much.
strategy
Moneyball.
people. I know
Jonah
strategy
Hill
people.
from Moneyball.
I don't think Andrew.
That's who he answers
I don't
to.
think Paul DePodesta is coming down to Andrew's office and asking him about player changes
Right.
and personnel situations and things like that. I think it's more in-house structural.
Facilitating conversations.
Yes.
But
You're like-
however,
Put
though,
it, to
that
put it in
needs
a
to-
word, to put it into a movie, we all know he's the consigliere.
Yep.
The consigliere to Jimmy and me.
Consigliere.
However, though, if you listen to the words from Joe Johnson and
Tom Hagen.
Yes, but if we're gonna bring up movies, John,
Oh,
like
fuck.
he is
Are we?
Jonah Hill from Moneyball,
here's
and
the
then
problem.
they just promoted him to like number 2 in the Browns organization.
I think
According
there's
to
something to
JOK,
also just to think about.
So
Is that the Haslams, who were they minority owners with before they were
The
majority
Steelers.
owners?
Steelers.
You don't think they're
Steelers.
looking 2 hours down Route 80 and saying, look at the stability there and what has it brought them?
It's irrelevant.
Brought them a
I
lot.
think they're trying that. They're trying.
They had
Probably
3
6
coaches
Super Bowls.
in 150 years.
Well,
It's
let's
ridiculous.
if Stefanski's here again next year, with all signs point that he will be, he'll be the first coach to go 3 years in a row or whatever it is, in
All right.
fucking who knows how long.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Since Romeo Crennel.
Yeah.
Since
Fuck.
Romeo freaking the meatball Crennel.
They need
Holy
to work
shit!
on their brotherhood, according to JOK. The
He
question is,
ate a lot of
is
meatballs, and he
Podesta-
looks
is
like
Podesta
one. So
the
that's
kind of
good.
strategist that will
Um,
make that happen.
Podesta doesn't
Romeo-
believe in brotherhood. He believes
what?
in numbers, and
Romeo-
that's it.
Romeo
that's
Crennel,
a
great
problem.
defensive coach.
Fuck
Terrible.
it. With the 13th overall pick, the Browns choose.
A wide receiver.
Yep.
Yes,
It's
agreed.
they
Wide
have no
receiver.
choice.
And
They
plus-
literally
plus-
have no
Plus,
choice.
the draft is stacked with them this year, so.
Need a fucking playmaker, man.
I mean,
That's why I say
don't
they're
think you're
not going
gonna-
to take that because they believe they could get them late, and that's what a strategist does.
I agree.
Do they take a
Hey,
kicker
you know
this
what?
year?
Back in the day, I would go along with that 100%, John. I'd say, you know what? We're not drafting a wide receiver till what, 4th, 5th round, just because.
I'm not saying 4th,
Put 'em
5th,
anywhere.
2nd, 3rd, but the draft is stacked with receivers, and I wouldn't be surprised if they take a defensive lineman.
I shouldn't say that. The draft is
Go.
stacked with receivers that can be taken in the 1st round. After that, you get what you get.
They need one.
Yeah.
We saw what happened when we lost our number 1 receiver. They
And
need.
Here's the problem with that.
And the 4 or 5 good ones will all be gone in the top 15 picks.
Yeah.
So,
If you're 13 and you need receiver help, you definitely take
Well,
a receiver.
this
with
all
13.
depends on
I'm
if-
sorry.
This all depends on whether or not they
Take 'em.
resign Clowney.
Fuck it. Take what?
Behind all of
They
Jimmy's
might-
comments
they
is
might
he wants
take a
them to
higher
take
rated-
a receiver from Ohio State.
that's all
No,
Jimmy
I
wants is
I
he
don't.
wants
It doesn't
Olave.
have to be get Wilson or Olave, whoever their highest rated guy is. But I would definitely take a receiver round one for sure.
Jimmy wants Olave so he can get the jersey, and that's all there is to it.
I would take Wilson, but I'd be happy with Olave too. I think Wilson's better.
Flip
There
Wilson.
you heard it here first.
All
Biggest
right,
problem with those two guys, and I think they're phenomenal talents, and they're obviously 1st-round talents.
they're not above 6 foot.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's the big
no.
that is
Oh,
that's a
no. Here we go.
huge
Here
that's
we
a
go. Boom.
it's a huge-
Oh, I'm sorry. Eric
Baker
is
can't
100%
have
right.
short receivers.
You know what? There's very, very few wide receivers in this league.
Let me tell you,
Who was the
Mike-
best rookie wide receiver this year, guys?
Jamar Chase. He's
How
6'1".
tall is he? 6'1".
6'1".
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's not tall, Patrick.
It's
That's-
taller
it's
than
not-
Mayfield.
It's taller
You
than
might
what
be able
they're-
to see him.
it's
That's
taller.
borderline
It's taller
tall.
than what they're running out
Your
there now.
Short,
Yeah,
your
but
short
you know what?
quarterback can't
the
see short
current NFL
receivers.
rules are so lax on fucking receivers. You can get away with anything. You don't have to be 6'5" anymore. You can get
Can't
away with
see 'em.
anything. And they call
Can't
pass
see them.
interference in every fucking play.
Well,
Yeah,
when,
but you know what?
when
They-
defensive
don't need
when
a
defensive
6'5"
backs
Calvin
are
Johnson.
6 foot tall now, some of them, you got guys that play corner at 6'3", right? I'm sorry, a 5. You
Jalen
can
Ramsey's
run
the
a
only
4.
corner
You can
that's
run a
like
4-4 all
6'2"
you
or
want.
6'3".
You're not winning any 50-50 balls, and that's what Baker throws.
But
He
he's
throws-
in the NFC. Jalen Ramsey's 6'2". There's how many 6'3" corners do you have in the AFC? One?
What does that mean?
I don't even. I
So
can't
why
even
wouldn't
name
you?
one.
Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of the size
Or
then?
corners. Sorry, corners.
He
not
doesn't.
wide receivers.
He's not listening to the point
Yes,
you're trying
yes,
to make.
you're
He's
right.
arguing
You
it
could take
against.
advantage of it.
Okay,
But
I just whatever.
you're
No, I want
right.
I want every receiver on the team to be 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". That's and I want them to be fast.
Oh,
as
we
fuck.
all
So when
do,
you
but
throw
they're
those,
not there. They're not out there. Where are they?
listen, James. What we're saying is
All
there's
right.
nothing
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with
yeah.
wanting to have
Yeah,
the Ohio
all right,
State.
right, moving on.
We couldn't say you know what? We couldn't say one bad thing about the two Ohio State receivers without you fucking getting so defensive because neither one of them is 6'2" or 6'3". That's all we're trying to say. You need tall receivers in the NFL these days because, like you said, it's geared towards them getting the advantage against the shorter DBs who get pass interference and defensive holding on every call.
Yeah.
And if you have a short,
Point.
you want a
Good point.
6'3" cornerback on a 5'9", what's his name, Philly Brown. Guess what? You throw up a 50-50 ball, he's
Yeah.
not getting it.
No, you're right. You're
And
right.
where does
That's
Mike
all.
Evans take his
That's
money?
all.
Red zone.
You
Because
know
he's
what
tall.
though? I hate to be the contrarian again. Mike Evans
Please
does not
do.
have a lot of touchdown receptions. He's like 8 to 10 a year. It's not like he's blowing up the league.
He would be an all-pro in Cleveland with 8 touchdowns in a year.
Well, no, I mean, no. I
Are you
totally
kidding
agree
me
with
right
the
now with
premise.
that?
I agree with the premise. I'm just saying the stats don't line up.
You give me a wide receiver that scores 10 touchdowns in this offense, I'll put a gold jacket on him himself.
I agree. I'm just saying.
You don't agree. That's the problem, Jim. You don't agree.
Laughing, and I know he knows the stats. Mike Evans never scores more than 10 TDs a year.
So
Ever.
what?
Why?
We haven't had a wide
He's so
receiver
fucking tall and
consistently.
good.
We haven't had a wide receiver score consistently 10 touchdowns a year ever. And Mike Evans does it every freaking year. Come on.
How many times in the red zone with the Browns have loved
I need a guy
Evans?
that scores 15
Constantly.
16 TDs a year.
Okay, so what if you had two?
I don't even know what to say about
You guys
that.
got me.
What if you had two 6-foot wide receivers, 6'3", 6'4" wide receivers that both had 10 touchdowns a year? Would you be happy with that?
I would.
But the reason is the quarterback sucks, is what you said. So that it doesn't matter who the receiver is. The
Oh my
quarterback
God. You just can't. You can't move on for 1 second to the next point without backtracking to something that was said 4 fucking weeks ago.
I got it.
You
I
don't.
would like our
You don't
receiver.
get it.
Sure. That would be great.
I need a
Doesn't
blender to
guarantee
put my head
anything.
in.
Hey, it's time to get out of here.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
dude.
Figure out who won. Who won?
Well, you know what the
Not
best
me.
part about it is, John? I love
I
it this
didn't.
part of the season,
I don't know.
and I love it when it comes down to this because
You're
right
going to give
now
us stats?
we have a 5-way tie for first place.
Oh, you know what
How
that
many get first
means.
5-way tie.
5-way tie. All right, let's read the names
I know
of
it's not me.
You know what?
all
This
the
is all-
ties.
This is almost as good as that one time we had a guy put in a prediction for a tie. That was
he win?
great.
Who won last week, though?
This past week, I want to say I have it written down as don't wait for it. Last page. Who'd they play?
Cincinnati.
I got it. It's this one right here with a prediction of 25-17, by far the closest. Our very own Eric, aka Pat.
Hey.
His first point of the year, I might say.
So he's done in the tie.
He's not in the tie.
So I literally could kick for the Browns then.
You could. Right now, we have a 5-way tie. Believe it or not. Bob Akbar, Connie, Liz, Spalding, and Glenn all tied with
No! Glenn's in the running.
two correct predictions.
No!
So you know what that means?
Super Bowl.
We're going to do it the same way we did it last year. You're going to give me your prediction for the score of the Super
Unacceptable.
Bowl, the winner, and the points. And I will put that post up in the Wednesday Night Fancast Facebook site within the next few weeks. Give you Glenn,
Everybody in America, give me a chance. please.
Glenn, Liz, Bob Akbar, Connie from the lot, and John. You don't fucking count, so I don't want your. But give me your predictions for the final.
I'm not gonna buy myself a plaque, but I will buy a plaque for the winner.
And who
Except unless it's Glenn.
wins.
Hey,
Unless
I
it's
have a plaque.
Unless it's Glenn. Glenn gets nothing and likes it.
Right. Nothing
Connie
for
has a
Glenn.
plaque,
Connie?
Tom has a plaque.
Connie could be our first 2-time winner.
I'm
Liz
gonna get her a Steelers plaque. If she
Liz could get a plaque and hang it right next to Tom's.
Wow. Bob could get a plaque as a Raider fan.
You know what?
Okay, that's not
So
good.
anyway, those are the 5 people that finished
All
with
right.
2 correct. We had a smattering of a couple people that had 1. Sturmack had 1. I had 1.
Eric had one.
Jeremy had 1.
Did
I had
Murgar
one.
get one?
No, he did
I
not.
had one.
Take
Jen
that,
had
Murgar.
1.
I had two.
Didn't Jen P from room
Yeah,
101
Jen
get
Internet got one.
Yeah,
Jen
Jen
P?
P from room 106,
Whoop, whoop.
whatever.
101.
101.
101, dude.
She got 1, and that means she gets absolutely nothing.
Plaque.
All right, let's go to the last slide. speaking of the last slides,
Next
we
slide,
beat Cincy
bitch.
twice. Thank you so much for all your help this season, taking over as the slide person. You didn't know that was going to happen, but you have adamantly filled that role. I think it's time
All right,
for
I
a
guess
hotkey.
I got to say goodbye.
I had to retire.
Time for a hotkey.
I retired. Those slides.
I thought you were going to do the shut the fuck up. What the hell? All right,
wanted
hey,
to-
listen, everybody. You're invited to the Ben Roethlisberger retirement party hosted by the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday, January 16, 2022 at 7:15. And we'll see you at draft time. And make sure that you post. What did I miss?
Can I say thank you to you guys? I appreciate you guys allowing me coming in these last couple of weeks. It's been awesome.
I forgot.
Thank you.
I was going to do that to you. So Patrick Langdon from Talkback Fans Podcast does a lot of great work in the community relating to sports, whether it is high school coverage, college coverage, all the other sports and all the work you do. And we appreciate you being on here with us. So thanks for coming in.
Oh, it's been a blast. I appreciate it. I look forward to it. Thank you guys.
Follow
Appreciate it.
Talkback Fans, and we'll see you all at draft time.
Eric, no, Patrick, thank you.
Nobody covers Wycliffe JV soccer.
Jesus. Leave it to We Beat Cincy to be an asshole about it. All right, everybody, this is Easy Dog in the Muni Lot driving his cooler car. See ya. I'm going to leave the mics on.
We're supposed to put our plugs in. Everybody needs to go see 11th Hour. That's next time.
All right, Larry,
Start some interviews.
I think are you
Browns
are you
fans
actually
do
going to come, Jim? It's possible.
On a typical Sunday
I gotta
afternoon.
fucking show up to one of these fucking things.
Well, we got some new tunes.
First things first, you got to pay $25 to get in.
We got some new stuff.
Sometimes 50.
$25 just to park here.
Post-94?
And the city acts like they're strapped for cash.
I think that one Anthrax tune is from.
I keep forgetting Brian's old, man. He's a fucking old bastard, man.
You should get some Tool in there. They play. Tool's a heavy band.
No, I said Brian's old.
He's no older than you. Maybe a year.
Oh, Tool? Yeah, it's good.
I mean, yeah, we've discussed it.
All right.
We've discussed some.
I saw Slayer one time, and the lead singer came out. He literally said, "We're going to slow this one down. This one's called Altar of Sacrifice."
That's all right.
I almost fell out of my chair.
Well,
I thought it was awesome.
It's funny you say that because we're playing one of their slower tunes.
Sign my life away.
Kiss my ass. Whoa. I think we were going to get that far into it.
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Where's Sicko at?
He's here.
Go Browns!
Bye, Jimmy.
All right, Ed, we want to ask you a couple questions if you don't mind. Start off with the easy one.
I'm easy. I am easy.
It's easy, dog. We got easy questions.
All right.
What players will be critical for today's game?
Mayfield and Ward. As long as they're playing hard, everybody else will.
That's a fine answer. Well thought out. Okay.
Ready.
Give us your Browns fan resume real quick. How long have you been coming down here and what's on today's menu?
I've been coming down for 25 years. I've been tailgating 17 of those 25 years. Season ticket holder for 8 of those. Today's menu is steak, potato bites, and turkey breast.
Wow. I think we got burgers. Okay. Final and most important question. Give us your prediction for today's game.
Is Sturmack going to come to the game? Not sure. It's questionable.
Okay, if he does come and the game does go on as planned, what's your prediction? What's the score? Give it to us.
Predictions: the Browns going to win by 6.
27-21.
Oh, total score. It's going to be 14-18.
Well, that's by 4.
Oh, by 4. Oh. I started drinking already. I'm not drunk enough.
People get here early.
I bounce out when I'm drunk. Yeah.
We don't ask
That's a
Ed.
good score.
We don't,
by 4.
we don't ask Ed to do math. That's fine. All right?
All right, sounds good.
It's easy, dog.
Go
From the
Browns!
lot.
Woo! Yeah.
just wrecked. All right, live from the Beauty Lot. Here we are. Start some interviews. See what Browns fans do on a typical Sunday afternoon.